Hello, Spinner94 here, bringing you another battle against Earthquake, or as I know him, Shiny Groudon. We had a battle on stream. He's not too familiar with UU, so his team is looking pretty threatening, but as I say, it is quite different when you jump into a different tier, obviously, and I'm getting used to UU. This is my new team I've put together, which is, I didn't get to test too much, as I say, I had a headache, unfortunately, Saturday, so the stream wasn't as long as I'd like to. So, anyway, this eventually goes for a Sucker Punch here, and I was expecting it to be the Focus Sash, Focus Sash Sticky Web set, so this caught us off quite well. I expected to switch for the Fire Attacks or the Crunch, but the Crunch does finish it off, so it reveals I'm definitely banded. At this point, I didn't want to switch, so I decided to go for a Crunch and get a good chunk of damage on this Manhunter, but unfortunately this thing goes for a Waterfall and just completely takes me out here. I was certainly not going to live that, but I didn't want to risk him setting up Dragon Dances. So I go in a Jolteon here, and I'm thinking, okay, this is most likely a switch here. So I do decide just to go for a Thunderbolt anyway, just in case, because I've had nothing resisted really Thunderbolt so much on this team. Sorry, that was a burp. So I get a good chunk of damage on this Regirock, and it's actually nice to see someone using a Regirock in UU. That's pretty awesome. So I decided to go for a Volt Switch and take a good chunk of damage out of this thing. So it's on about half. It's going to be more than half. And I'd switch it to Umbreon here because I didn't want to switch it on my defensive wall, because if I'd switched into Angron at this point, the 4 times effective ground damage would certainly have killed off Angron, and I don't want to lose my Mega that easily. So I go into Umbreon here. This is quite a different Umbreon set. It's something I saw online, so it's something I wanted to try. This is a classic Umbreon set, but it works quite well with some of our other team members. The idea is to wish pass off health into everything, but unfortunately this thing has Drain Punch, and I didn't see that coming, so yeah, I kind of popped myself when I saw that. So I'm thinking, oh hell, I can't stay in now because this thing's got freaking Drain Punch. Yeah, I can Toxic it, but it's just going to keep recovering all its health with Drain Punch, and that is not good for me. I mean, I could have foul played it, but I'm just thinking at this point, nope, I'm getting out of here. Umbreon is not liking getting punched in the face. So I go into Mellow here. Mellow is just an absolute MVP. Mellow is just an amazing Pokemon. So he goes into this name though. That's just the strangest name for a Gardevoir. I wonder if it's I wonder how if the person thought of that. So I'm not wanting to stick around too much. I go into Bazooso because this is practice to switch. As this thing goes for a Carmine, so I'm thinking, okay, this thing is wanting to start setting up on me, so it's probably going to stay in now, and I'm just hoping it's not going to like Shadow Ball murder me or just Will-O-Wisp or something. But it does switch out, so that's good, because I was just going to go straight for the Thunder Wave. Whatever was going to come in, I wanted to get a chunk of damage on. So I'm going to Mega Evolve into Mega Bazooso here, and I just go straight for a Thunder Wave, shutting down anything that really wanted to come in. I mean, the only thing that really would have stopped was the Regirock, but I do resist its stab moves, so that's good for me. So I go for an Earthquake here, but unfortunately I don't kill this thing off, as it does break through the Paralyze, goes for a Waterfall, and there's a decent chunk considering I'm a Mega Bazooso, so I'm really bulky. So I kill off this Manhunter for good, thank God, because these things are such a threat. Get one Dragon Dance up and they can sweep a team. So, incoming Metagross here. I'm thinking, okay, I'm not sure why you'd bring this in. Maybe you're a defensive set, since I am carrying the Earthquake. But I go for a Thunder Wave, seeing what he'd want to do here, as he does decide to switch out, as I believe I go for a Thunder Wave again. But unfortunately, this thing's already poisoned, so obviously the Thunder Wave ain't going to affect it. So I'm thinking, okay, Regirock's really defensive, Mega Angron is really defensive. So let's see how much damage we can do with maybe an Earthquake or something like that. But nope, I just switched out into Mellow. I probably should have stayed in an Earthquake. I don't know why I was fearing this thing so much. Oh, that's why, Drain Punch, bloody hell. My memory is awful today. So anyway, I get Drain Punch in the face. That's not going to do too much to Mellow. Mellow's going to take that quite well. I'm just going to go for a Moonblast at this point, Carmike. I've switched up Mellow's set, actually. Mellow's a little bit different of a set compared to what Mellow used to be. So Mellow's just going to go straight for a Moonblast and do a nice chunk of damage. This thing's probably... I was thinking this thing was Assault Vested until I started going for Curse, and I'm thinking, ah, crap. That's not good for me. But honestly, with the Toxic damage whittling it away, and Mellow's being, Stab Moonblast being pretty effective anyway, I'm thinking at this point, you know what, I can probably get a decent chunk of damage on this thing. So after the poison whittles away, I'm going to go straight for a Moonblast, and there's often Flower beats Rock, yeah. I'm really surprised Mellow isn't Grass Fairy, but honestly, that'd make it worse. But yeah, whatever, just get Grass moves. I might run an Assault Vest one of these one day. I wonder how well that works with like Dire Drain and stuff like that. So in comes Metagross, not wanting to hang around for that. I go into my Umbreon here as this thing goes for Protect. Did get the nice Protect there, I'm thinking he's trying to scout me out here. So he goes for a Protect again, and I'm like, oh yeah, if you switch it automatically fails, so he's going to be able to get that. So I go for a Foul Play. I want to do just a chunk of damage to this thing. At this point I am fearing the Hammer Arm, but the 2 turns of Lefty's recovery make sure I'm going to live at least one of them, as he goes into this name though. So I do actually predict the switch here, I believe, and I go... No, I don't, sorry, I believe I just go straight for a Wish, actually, to set it up, because I was expecting the Hammer Arm. God, I should remember these battles well. I should really write these stuff down. Anyway, so I'm not looking forward to taking a Moonblast to the face, but I honestly thought I can take one maybe. And I do get the super effective. I go for a Toxic, and yeah, it's going to synchronize onto me too, but I want some kind of damage on this thing. I mean, Umbreon at this point is not really going to help me too much, so yeah. We're both synchronizing each other here, but at least the Wish is going to come through, and I'm going to get a decent chunk of health. I mean, I can always go Mellow and Aromatherapy, but at this point I couldn't see Umbreon being too useful in the match, especially considering there's a Metagross and a Gardevoir on the other side of the field, so there's things that can carry moves that can really mess me up. So I go into Bezuso. This Bezuso seems just a really good counter to this thing at this point, but I do take not the best thing in damage here, because I am now just stuck, unfortunately, in. So it goes for Hyper Voice. This thing is meant to be a Mega Gardevoir. As I say, Shiny GG here, he's mainly an OU player, so obviously these are OU sets, but obviously you can't Mega Evolve them or you'd be breaking the rules. So I'm just going to try and whittle this thing down as much as I can. I'm going for Earthquakes, setting up Stealth Rocks. I need to think about the later game now. So I do a nice chunk of damage, and Toxic's going to finish this thing off. And I'm just thinking, I really need to probably sacrifice Bezuso here. But in comes an interesting Sharpedo set here, I must admit. It does Mega Evolve, and it decides to go for the Ice Beam. I mean, I have seen these things run special moves, but honestly, if you're going to run a special move on it, I suggest the Stab. Because yes, it does have a nice special attack, and I suppose the Ice Beam could catch people off guard. But if you're versing a Mega Bezuso, I'm just going to do that, and maybe a Crunch would have helped. So my suggestion is definitely run Crunch on this thing, as I'm able to outspeed this thing, go for an EQ. This thing goes for a Night Slash and does take me out, but honestly, Crunch would have just killed me off there and then. So if you're watching the Shiny, Crunch over Night Slash every day of the week. So I go to Jolteon here. I know I'm going to outspeed, so just straight for the Thunderbolt. Boom. Goodbye, Sharpedo. So that you're no longer a threat. And in comes the Metagross, which is his final Pokemon. I know I'm going to be able to take a decent chunk of damage out of this thing with Thunderbolt and probably die to some kind of retaliation move. So he goes for the Protect here. And I'm just going to go straight for the Thunderbolt here. You know, another turn kind of in there, as this thing's going to get some lefties recovery. So it's back up to full, essentially. So I'm just going to go for a Thunderbolt here. I'm going to do nice chunky damage. I'm going to do half, maybe just, as I get Earthquaked. And I'm like, I'm not living that. I can keep forgetting these things can carry Earthquake. I should know these sets better. I've versed these quite a bit. So Lefty's recovery is going to go in, and at this point it's just like, I've pretty much got this game in the bag. I can go to Feraligatr now. A Sheer Force Life Orb Crunch is going to kill this thing off, even if it is quite defensive. So at least my Feraligatr finally got a good chunk out of this thing. Say thank you, Angron, for giving me this thing. I'm hoping to get some more battles with it. So basically the Crunch is going to hit, and that's going to end the game. So thank you all for watching. Remember, if you like this video, remember to like, share, subscribe, and check out Shiny G's channel as well. And as I say, I hope you all have a good one.